Hello. I am multitasking, hopefully well. How are you guys all doing today? Let's see if I can get us all live in all these different networks that we're going, see what we have. Let's see if you guys can't hear me. Here we go. I think we got this. So right now I am getting ready to do it. We're going live on, if I got all this technology going on. Hi everyone. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Hopefully you guys are doing amazing. Hello. I am getting ready for a Friday storytelling. So hopefully you guys can hear me well. We're going to have some fun tonight. So I wanted to say hi. I'm trying to be consistent. So for everybody joining me, my goal is to seriously be consistent, be able to kind of bring you a little bit of all the fun stuff. So everybody watching, I'm going to seriously try to pay attention to the comments this week instead of like literally not pay much attention and kind of be all over the place. So my goal is to be able to kind of literally be able to answer some questions. So today we're going to talk, I'm going to say talk kind of loosely. So we're going to talk about Plague Unleashed. So I'm going to do my life book reading, everyone. So kind of bear with me. So it is, now that I realize it is, so Plague Unleashed, the fun part about it is, oh, yes, video is working so much better on TikTok. We had some issues yesterday for everybody who watched TikTok. So we're getting there. If you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on Facebook, Instagram, hopefully you guys all can hear me. So right now, so far, everything looks okay. Technology is moving well. So Friday night, welcome to Storytime with D.C. Today we're going to do Plague Unleashed. So let me give you a little bit background before I start. Plague Unleashed is my second novel, came out in 2018. By the way, it's having a birthday. I totally forgot. If my books can send me hate mail, let's be honest about it, I think I would get a whole bunch of them, but it is May anniversary for Plague, so I'm super excited. So biggest part is this is second novel, third book. So first one was Death. Second one happened to be a children's book, Charlie, Where's Your Talent? So we're going to do a little bit of a couple of my favorite chapters. A little backstory of this. While Plague was technically my third book, in reality, it was really my very first solo effort as an indie author. My very first book that I did it through, anybody remembers Creative Space back in the day. So Creative Space actually did everything for me. It was super easy. They made it so simple. So when they disappear, because Amazon bought them out, trying to put this book together was a little challenging. So I had some lessons learned, some horrible horror stories, looking for editors, looking for cover designers, looking for everything. So this became truly the adventure of a lifetime. And for a very long time, I can honestly say, I was really angry at Plague. It took me a very long time to get over this anger issues that I had with this book and realize it's such a blast. It's so much fun. If you like little zombies, if you like urban fantasy, this is what we're going to be discussing. So for everybody watching, get ready, by the way. Today we're celebrating, cheers everyone, with probably my favorite beverage, which is a Kahlua milkshake. So whatever you're drinking, put it in the comments. I'll be checking it out. I want to know what you guys are celebrating with. It is a Friday night, so salute everyone. Let's have a drink. Cheers. Super delicious. So I might actually finish that. I don't think I finished my wine last time we did it, but I'll definitely finish in my milkshake. So Plague Unleashed. I'm going to be doing a couple of different segments. Unlike many authors, I probably don't do chapter ones just because I'm going to pick the favorite one I have, so bear with me. So we're going to be doing chapter 7, and I have some hellos for people joining us. Hello. Continue to come in, put some comments if you have questions. So chapter 7, so this is urban fantasy from the eyes of Isis. Takes place in Texarkana. So basically it is modern time with magic. And this book right now, we're joining Isis 8 months after she got hired as intern. So she's 8 months in the job, a lot better. So anybody who was like, why is Isis sucking in book 1? Well, she was new. She didn't believe in the supernatural world, all that fun stuff. So now here we are. So I'm actually trying to say hi to everybody. So Chance is joining us. Hi, Melly is joining us. Oh, everybody's here. Happy dance. So doing pretty well. You guys ready for this book reading? So we're going to do this. We're going to do chapter 7. Salute everyone. Grab a drink. And remember, I'm not a professional narrator, so be nice to me. But if you have any questions, I will kind of stop and kind of fill you in how we're doing so far. And in the meantime, let's do this. So chapter 7. A ride from Bobby Ferguson Park was quick and uneventful. We were all lost in thought. Not even Constantine spoke during the whole drive, and he was notorious for his ongoing commentaries. We looked like a funeral procession when we entered the loft. Death was by the glass windows, staring at the first floor. Or at least I thought she was. I never considered how far in distance or in time Death was able to penetrate. Those thoughts were too spooky for me to ponder. The odd thing was, she was holding a mug. So let me back up for everyone who is not familiar with what the series is about. The Intern Diaries, which is what Plague is book 2 on, is actually based on the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And in this series, the horsemen come to our main characters in the human form. So Death is actually for Isis, the form of a woman, beautiful woman. She kind of looks like J-Lo, just giving you guys a heads up. So if you need a picture, think of J-Lo. And she always wears immaculate suits, so just keep that in mind. So let's continue. I hope you don't mind that I finished your coffee, Bob. You had a fabulous blend. I had no idea Bud had his own blend of coffee. I was a tea and hot chocolate drinker, so I never asked. And remember, this is all from Isis' perspective, so you're going to get a whole bunch of her commentary, so bear with me. So let's do this. Not at all, boss lady. I'll make some more. Bob rushed to the fridge to grab his blend. I wasn't sure where Bob kept his coffee in the refrigerator. How bad is it? Constantine was not wasting any time beating around the bush. He jumped at the dining room table and got comfortable. Bartholomew and I looked at each other and then followed suit. We each took a chair on the far side of the table so we could see everyone better. So fun part about this chapter is you kind of get to meet all the key characters. You get to see Death, Constantine, remember, 5,000-year-old talking cat, Isis, intern for North America, Bartholomew, boy genius, and by the way, Des happens to be the guardian, and Bob, who happens to be Isis' best friend. So here we go. So they're all in the living room, and this is how everything went down. So, oops. If it's any consolation, he wasn't a walking dead. Death took one more sip of her coffee and placed the mug on the kitchen island. She turned to face the rest of us, waiting for the information to register. Does that mean we don't have a zombie problem? That's a good thing, right? Bartholomew was optimistic, but by the look of Death's face, we were in trouble. My dear, it's worse. He wasn't dead, but he wasn't human. Whatever happened to him somehow fragmented his consciousness. Death had turned back around to face the glass again. Death. What happened to his soul? Constantine said the words very softly, almost afraid to ask. It's gone. Gone? Not again. Is someone stealing souls again? How is that possible? He was moving around. I wasn't in any mood for dealing for any more angry witches. Not really stolen. More like not truly connected. Death turned around. Let me explain. This might be an oversimplification, so bear with me. When a human being dies, the mind and the soul merge into one, and they transcend the body. They become part of the higher consciousness. The mind grounds the soul to the world, while the soul waits for nirvana. Hence the reason we can transport them from the next stage. In the case of this boy, his mind was gone. There was nothing there to direct the soul in the process, so the soul just vanished from existence. Is that what happens to people when they're in a vegetable state? Bob asked from the kitchen counter as he poured Death more coffee. He handed Death her mug. Thank you, Bob. Not really. In a vegetable stage, the soul and mind are still fully conscious, while the body is the one not reacting. The process is still the same. In this case, something had altered the process and created an abnormal condition I can't explain. So here's the reality for you guys that's still going, what is she talking about? Remember, we're in the business of transferring souls. We're in the soul business, and Death's main job is to take the soul wherever you think you're going. So when that happens, we got a problem. The fact that Death couldn't explain what was even more scary than anything else. Just to confirm, you don't have the soul? Constantine asked. Death shook her head. That was the reason she was upset. His soul was lost, and there was no way for us to find it. We were in some serious trouble. How many more are there? She was looking out the window again as she spoke. He was the third one I seen, but the only one that died. I volunteered the information since nobody else was going to do it. Complicated. They're vicious and dangerous, but if you kill them, their souls end up in limbo. We need to figure out what caused this and reverse it. In the meantime, we need to find a way to contain the victims and not kill them. Death looked at us expectantly. Unfortunately, Isis, your gifts will not work on this since their conscience is gone. Oh, this was getting better and better. That's all? Really? For a moment, I thought this was going to be hard. You wouldn't happen to know who exactly is causing this by any chance? Constantine was dripping with sarcasm that apparently Death ignored since she smiled. I can only think of one being capable of causing these results. Bartholomew, dear, do you mind connecting me to my sister, Pestilence, please? Bartholomew jumped from his seat and headed for his command center. Big screen? He asked as he approached the desk. Of course. Nothing small for her. Death answered as she walked behind him. Sister? Death has a sister? I asked Constantine in the most urgent tone I could find while keeping my voice low. Of course. She's the oldest of 4. Duh. Constantine replied like I was supposed to know this. Wait, what? Death has 2 more siblings? I was dumbfounded. When did this happen? Constantine walked over to me and slapped me over the head. Ouch! I yelled, not because it hurt, for the principle of the matter. Thank God his claws were not out. Seriously, girl, aren't you Catholic or something? Doesn't Father Francis have Sunday school classes for adults? He was looking serious. I was a Catholic, but probably not a very good one by the looks of it. He was looking serious. I'm so lost. Constantine, just tell me. I wasn't too proud to ask. You heard the book of Revelation. Last one in the Bible? Ring a bell? Constantine was looking at me, focused as he spoke, so I just nodded. I was afraid to open my mouth and sound even dumber. That's a blessing. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are death and the rest of the siblings. Oh, God. Is Judgment Day coming? Is this the apocalypse? My voice cracked, and I was on the verge of a panic attack. How did I miss this? If I worked for death, that meant the other 3 horsemen were also real. I was going to faint. Isis, calm the hell down and shut up. There is no apocalypse happen. That only happens when all 4 horsemen gets together, and this hardly warrants a family reunion. By the way, that piece of information was in your manual. When are you planning to read the darn thing? Quick note, Isis never reads the manual. Just a heads up. Spoiler alert, she never does. Sorry. Back to the book. Constantine had a way of stopping my ramblings, hysterics, with facts. I was going to burn that manual. Well, I wasn't sure how to reply. Yes, spit it out. Constantine did not wait patiently at all. I thought it only covered the French benefits, and Bartholomew explained those. I didn't think you were going to explain world destruction in employee's manual. Anyways, what is pestilence like? I wanted to change the subject as quickly as possible. I prefer zombies over that crazy hag. Constantine looked like he wanted to cough up a hairball. I looked over towards the screen area where Bartholomew had finally connected to someone. I was planning to get up and go over for a better view. Don't even think about it. This is a family discussion. Bartholomew, get over here now. Constantine yelled the last part to make sure Bartholomew heard him. You both stayed out of the range of the camera. You can see her, but don't let her see you. So my friends, that is the beginnings of chapter 7 of Plague Unleashed. Quick facts about Pestilence. She is deliciously evil. I don't know how else to explain it. Be okay. I have people that truly going, I really don't like her. You're not supposed to like her. She makes her interns call her like mistress. So come on, you're not supposed to like Pestilence. But she is fabulous as what she does. She is all about her own world domination. And what can we say? She's really good at finding ways to hurt humans. So when it comes to Isis and Pestilence, Constantine can't like her. They have a whole bunch of silvery drama, all sorts of that. So you get to meet Pestilence and her interns, which are literally one of our favorites, let's be honest. We all love Eugene. So here it is. So chapter 7 gives you an introduction. You get to kind of feel the pain of Isis as she deals with all the madness in the guys. So let me make sure that I didn't miss anyone. Everybody said fun. Hi everyone, everybody's doing pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to jump. And by the way, if you're interested to see, I got some cute little Constantine bookmarks because it's Constantine. What can we say? So because we still have some time, we're going to jump over to chapter 15, which is one of my favorite chapters. So background on this one, when I started writing Plague, this is about 5-6 years ago. One of the things that I realized when I moved down to Texas, that being single, was almost like sacrilegious. It was horrible. Everybody always kept trying to literally hook me up with somebody. Everybody was trying to beat down the single out of me. So anytime I went somewhere, people really always wanted me to date or find somebody. They were on a mission, which was kind of funny. So this is all about the boys trying to get Isis to go on a date. The catch is, she didn't pick the date. Constantine, Bob, and Bartholomew were the ones who did it. And yes, they thought it was a great idea. The boys did a background check, but let's be honest, when that cat sends you up on a date, panic. It's not going to be good for you. So this is that dreadful date that Isis doesn't want to go. She's committed to doing this because she told the boy she was going to do it. So let me introduce you to chapter 15. This is literally the date from hell. So here we go. And by the way, here is another fun for anybody who's been getting my mail lately. You can actually draw on this bookmark. This is why. So if you're stressed, not sure what to do, this is something to help you relieve. So go ahead and have some fun. So in the meantime, I forgot. We do have salute everyone. Thank you for watching. If you guys have not, go ahead and grab yourself your favorite beverage, whatever that might be. And I'm gonna get ready. Are you guys ready for this? Oh, Miss Cindy is joining us. I am not Isis. I am not helping myself in my complaints of not being Isis. This is not helping. So let's get ready. This is definitely my Isis date from hell. So for anybody who's in Texarkana, you are going to love the reference. At the time of the book, the restaurant that we mentioned was actually there. Right now, because it's still urban fantasy, the restaurant's no longer there. The sign's still there. So if you come to Texarkana, if you're looking for this place, you'll be able to see the sign. The place, unfortunately, is not there. So, okay. I did tell you I was planning to drink my whole thing. So let's do this. Chapter 15, Plague Unleashed. Let's see how Isis survives her day from hell. I love libraries and bookstores. Okay, so I might be a little Isis. So Cindy, you might be right on that one. So yes, here we go. There was something about books that was comforting. After dropping Shorty at the Jeep dealership, I headed to the library downtown. The dealership had moved to Walton Drive around the corner from Walmart. Shorty said he was meeting a guy there for a business. I had learned it was safer not to ask too many questions when it came to Shorty's business. I did not want to be accessorized with any unnecessary information. The dealership was nowhere near where I was going, but it wasn't like I was walking. So, taking him there was not a problem. The ride was not boring. I got to hear his theories on alien takeover. Even Shorty had crazy conspiracy theories. Or at least, I hope there were crazy theories. My reading selection had drastically changed. Something was driving me nuts. I couldn't find a new genre that I was fun. That didn't make me think about work. Even the mystery cat books that were my regular easy read were hard to follow after living with Constantine. I stumbled into the arts and crafts area and decided to pick up a hobby. Photography sounded like a fun. And they had tons of books on how to take and develop black and white photos. It appeared I found a new area with something to do. It was a win-win for everyone. I was still pretty cheerful when I pulled up into the PetSmart parking lot. The boy's mystery man sent me a text to meet him in front of this chain store at 12:30. Who meets at PetSmart? Maybe we're going to the restaurant next to it? The catch? Then again, if we were going there, why didn't he just say that? I was super nervous, and today I hated my obsession with being early. I didn't want to be out of the ladybug, so it was precisely 12:30 when I walked out. It was induction day at PetSmart, so there were groups outside with the cutest puppies. I wonder how bad Constantine would take it if I brought home a dog. Isis, is that you? A nasally voice called from behind me. I turned around a little worried. Yes, Can I help you? I asked. It's me, William. Didn't Bob give you my picture? He sent me a copy of yours. William was my date, and true to his word, he was holding his smiling picture of me on his phone. No, he didn't. He probably forgot as we've been so busy. Sure thing. He forgot. He didn't show me a picture because I would never have shown up. William was different. A weird combination of Shelton and Steve Urkel, with a pair of BCGs on and red hair. BCG stood for birth control glasses, as the soldiers call that style. He was skinny, maybe 5'7" inches, and he looked fragile. I could probably break him in half. Now he was smiling at me like crazy. Well, I'm glad he sent me yours. This could have been awkward. Nice to meet you. He extended his hand. His grip was like a wet fish, totally limp. Oh, I was going to kill the boys. Nice to meet you. I wanted to wipe my hands on my pants, but that would have been rude. So, Bob said we were having lunch. Do you have a place in mind? How was I going to get out of this? For everybody who's ever had that date from hell, you can relate to ISIS. And Cindy's saying she can see, as you read them, I'm glad that ISIS reminded me of me. So my color commentating is probably not helping, but everybody, still not ISIS. So let's bear with me. Yes, we're going to my favorite place, Cece's across the street. I hope you don't mind meeting me here. I needed to pick up a few things for my cats and didn't want to forget. I was speechless. We're going on a date to Cece's, the buffet pizza place? Was he kidding? Oh, no, not at all. I finally noticed the 2 bags he was carrying in his left hand. He has some strange string toys sticking out of one of them. How many cats do you have? He did say cats, right? Oh, not many, just 6. They're all purebred Siamese. Oh, Lord. What was I doing here? I've heard of cat ladies, but was there such a thing as a cat gentleman? Or a cat man? No wonder Constantine liked him. He was a cat magnet. That's impressive. I was hoping a car would drive by so I could jump in front of it. I look around, and the street in front of the store was deserted. Just my luck. So, William, do you want to drop that off at your car so you won't lose it? I was terrified to see his car. That's a great idea. He crossed the street and headed towards a gray Ford Focus. I followed a few feet behind him. He was a single guy, according to the background check. Made really good money. Why was he driving a family car? This had to be a joke. I was looking around for the cameras to show up any minute. Okay, I'm ready. We walk across the parking lot to Cece's. So, Cece's. Was Chuck E. Cheese busy? I knew I was nervous because I was cracking jokes. I wasn't expecting his reaction. He stopped in the middle of the parking lot to look at me. No offense, but Chuck E. Cheese is not for first dates. We had to build up to that. He shook his head and started walking again. It took me a minute to process all that. He was serious. I was in the twilight zone. I needed to find a fast-moving vehicle soon and put myself out of this misery. We made it to the restaurant and he opened the door for me. That was a small blessing. I smiled, but I wasn't sure how to act. I'd never been to an all-you-can-eat buffet for a date. I hope you don't mind that I opened the door for you, but Mom mentioned that you were a progressive kind of girl, so I figured we will go Dutch, so I wouldn't insult your liberal ways. It was a blessing. I got paid well, or I will make Constantine and Bob reimburse me for this disaster. Sure thing. We headed to the register to pay. Hi, Mr. Williams. Welcome back. The very cheery teenager girl behind the register told my quirky date. Your regular booth is open. Thanks, Margaret. He gave her a huge smile, which was a little creepy for my taste. I got connections here, he whispered to me. I was hoping he left them a great tip. Margaret was not nearly as friendly to me. I followed Mr. Charisma to his favorite booth and was amazed how everyone knew him. I was wondering if this was how it looked when I went to Big Jake's. I was praying it wasn't the case. The place was pretty packed for a weekday, It seemed like all the stay-at-home moms were here with their kids. Every once in a while, a new lady waved at Williams and he gave the casual nod of acknowledgement. I guess if you were the only man in a group of women with kids, you got it going on. Maybe that's why he liked this place. I, on the other hand, felt old and out of place. So, how do you like your job? Because I love mine. I got to meet all sorts of interesting people and see cool places. One time, I blanked William out. I made all the appropriate noises, all the appropriate sounds, and I listened. Instead, I started paying attention to all the other patrons. There was no need to hear what he really had to say. Every question he asked, he answered himself. This was going to be the longest lunch of my life. Williams, are you okay? I asked him after 20 minutes of his nonstop talking. He was sweating profusely. His skin had taken on a weird yellowish contrast, almost jaundice. Yeah, I'm fine. I went to the doctor 4 days ago. I think I have the flu. I was feeling achy, shivery, runny nose. I tested negative for the flu. Today, I feel better. That's why I didn't cancel. Now I just have a bit of a headache. Nothing major. William was starting to shake. If this was nothing major, I didn't want to see him when something significant happened. Maybe we should go? You're not looking too well. And I didn't want to catch whatever he had. Willie never finished his sentence. He was looking at me one moment, and the next one, his head hit the table. It sounded painful. Ouch. William, are you okay? I touched his shoulder, hoping he wasn't passed out. That was a big mistake. William raised his head slightly, and the guy looking at me wasn't William. Holy cow! He was turning straight zombie on me. I needed to do something. Sorry, William. I whispered when I thought nobody was looking. I slammed his head on the table. This was the worst first day ever. So once again, if you had one of those dates, hopefully they didn't want zombie at you. So ISIS, not good. This was the worst first day ever. I jumped from my side of the booth to William's side before anyone could notice. Oh, Williams, you look awful. Let's take you home. I made sure everyone heard me. Is he okay? Asked one of William's admirers. I smiled at her as sweetly as I could. He just has the flu. He can't keep nothing down. But he wanted some pizza. I need to take him back. I was pulling William out of the booth as I spoke. I was giving God thanks that I was so much stronger than him. I left 20 on the table and rushed him out of the door with the excuse that he needed to puke. I made it to the end of the block without drawing too much attention. I did not want to make this semi-zombie. I didn't want to take the semi-zombie on ladybugs. So, quick note, ladybug happened to be a little beetle. So if you're wondering why ISIS is contemplating not sticking a zombie in the car, that's why. I wouldn't put a zombie in the car. If he woke up, he would kill us both in a traffic accident. And I didn't have enough trunk space to stick him in there. Maybe I could put him in the trunk of his Focus. Those things could fit a couple bodies. I just didn't want anyone to notice. I didn't want to end up in jail for kidnapping. I don't blame her. I was almost driving him across the parking lot when a Dodge Ram extended cab headed straight for us. Here was the fast-moving vehicle when I didn't need one. The truck stopped abruptly in front of us. Bus lady, do you need a hand? Was I seeing things? From the driver's side, Shorty jumped down. Shorty? Whose truck is this? Never mind that. Why are you driving a truck? I knew I left him at the dealership, and they sold trucks there, but who would be crazy enough to give a truck to Shorty? I was pretty sure he didn't have a driver's license or even believe in traffic laws. The boss man hooked me up. Well, that explained it. Only Constantine would think it was safe to put Shorty behind the wheel. I rolled my eyes in worry. I'm your new cleanup crew. Cleanup crew? What are we, the Sopranos? Honestly, my boys have lost their minds. Well, I can leave, but how are you planning to carry that guy? Shorty, was eyeing Williams very suspiciously. I thought about it for a minute and realized Constantine was probably right. It wasn't like I could go driving around picking up zombies and Ladybug. Good point. Help me get him in the back. Shorty ran around and opened the tailgate. Between the two of us, we lifted Zombie Williams in the truck bed. Don't stop anywhere and get him to Reapers ASAP. I'll be right behind you. I don't know how long he will last like this. Moving out, bus lady. See your Reapers. I barely had time to close the tailgates, and Shorty was already in the driver's seat. Without another look, Shorty took off, driving like the proverbial bat out of hell. Oh, good thing had come out of this mess. I now had another reason not to date. You never knew when the guy you took on a date might turn into zombies. So that was Chapter 15 on Plague Unleashed, my friends. Hopefully you guys had a blast. I'm going to check you guys out. So Jamie says, by the way, the sass that you read this with is perfection. Thank you. And coming from a sassy young lady like Jamie, that's a huge compliment. So thank you. So hope you guys had a great time. As you can tell, after a couple years of trying to get with the program, I truly do love Plague. It's having a birthday, 5 years of being absolutely amazing. Isis is still trying to struggle with the boys because, let's be honest, why would Cat, an 11-year-old, and Bob set her up on a date with a cat guy? So that's what happened. So Isis is still trying to deal. Her reputation doesn't get better. So she still goes on really bad dates. So my dear friends, I hope you guys had a great reading. Sending you many blessings, by the way. Many cheers and joy. Send me a note. Let me know what your beverage of choice is. And I'm going to be bouncing out. I'm going to let you guys go. So I'm going to see how carefully we can do this. And hey, by the way, before I go, just a quick note. Yes, we're doing Friday night readings. I'm out, so sending you guys lots and lots of blessings. For anybody who's going to be in the Rotary Convention next week, I'm heading to Australia, so I'll be out of the country. Woo! So I'll be back in 2 weeks, so we'll pick it up. We might do Constantine, we might do Eugene, might do something crazy. I'll pick one of the books. I'll let you guys know. So let me know. And if you have a preference, let me know which book you guys want to see me try to struggle through, even though they're my own books. So eventually we'll try to do other people's books, so I don't feel so bad if I butcher them. Maybe worse. So in the meantime, my friends, sending you guys lots of blessings. I am trying to figure out how we log off of all these networks. So let's start. Blessings to our Instagram guys. Thank you for joining us. I'm out. So we're going to get off TikTok. I'm going around here to see if we can do this. So thank you all. Lots of love. Good night, everyone. Have an amazing time. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Let me know what you guys want to hear. So adios. And I am going to be out, guys. Let's see if I can do